Hey guys, Doc. Today I'm going to do a drone video because so many people have asked about my recommendations on drones, but I'm going to do this a little bit differently. There's so many smart people when it comes to drones, and I'm not a drone expert, but what I am is I'm a long-term user of multiple models. So I think I can add something to this conversation as far as a recommendation goes. A person that has actually purchased the drones, paid for them myself, used them a lot, and I've been using them for, gosh, what, 7 years now? I think I've been shooting with drones. I think that'll be a little bit different perspective. I'll show you my recommendations. Real important, I'll show you how I think you should buy them. I think I've learned that's something real important I've learned over the years. And then I'll just sort of take to my two top picks, take them up, fly them just a little bit, and show you that too. So hold on. Hey guys, like I said, I'm just gonna sit down. This morning I sat down and just sort of had a little discussion with you about the drones, my usage, my experience with them, my two top picks, some recommendations, especially how to buy them. That's real important. And so you understand, in the description below, I always build a web page and then I put this video up on the web page. So you can go to the description and click on the link. That'll take you to our website, and I'll put direct links to what I think you should buy. I think it's really important to buy it this way. I'll discuss that in the video. I'll fly them up a little bit, and I think that's it. So let's go talk drone. Hey guys, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. There are so many good videos online about features, how to use them, setup, unboxing, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into basically a pretty straightforward about my recommendation for your drones and which ones to use. Before I begin, I'm gonna let you know that there is a certain way to buy these things that I've learned. I think that's pretty important over the years. And so in the description, I'm gonna do up a web page and I'm gonna put links that take you exactly to the manufacturer's links to the full packages that I'm going to talk about today. That's really important, I think, is to make sure that you buy it the right way. So in the description below, it takes you to our website, and I'll have this video up on a page with the links to their website and exactly what you should buy. Make it real easy. Because as an example, on a lot of these drones, I really think you need to have leg extenders. Leg extenders are really important on this, and it's a real cheap accessory. It's like $9, but it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm going to put links now. The leg extenders I got on Amazon, I did not get, and I'll put links to that separately. But I've been flying drones now for, gosh, what, almost 7 years, I think. And I've been through all kinds of different drones. Now I started off with the Phantom, DJI Phantom. The Phantom is the big white one. I'll put a picture up on the screen. That was one of my first drones. I used it, had real good success with it, and of course, like every other drone in the world, at some point you crash it and you go, okay, gotta get a new drone. Then my next step up was the Mavic. This is the Mavic model. And it's been crashed 2 or 3 times until a couple weeks ago it finally took its last crash. Let me show you something on this. I can get that in there. That leg is broken. Well, I've been flying this thing with a broken leg for probably about a year now. So I have abused it. And the thing is I'm a pretty good drone pilot, but at some point in time you are going to crash. You're going to crash your drone. I don't care what happens. So this thing is gone now. It finally, the camera and the gimbal's all messed up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just give it to my son, let him fly it, because it still flies. So then I had to make a choice and go up to the next one. This is their new model. This is the Mavic Tube Pro, and this is the one that I really recommend for the majority of people that can afford it. And one thing I do on these drones, and I strongly recommend, is number one, that you immediately go ahead and buy the Fly More package. And I'm going to link to the Fly More package. Why is that? It's because the Fly More package comes with a case, comes with extra blades, comes with 3 batteries, comes with all your charging, comes with everything you need. The problem I've had with things like secondary batteries is that I just haven't had good luck with them. they have a tendency to blow up, then they don't fit, and you can affect your warranty on it. So again, I'm going to link to this is my favorite top drone pick. I'll talk about this one in a minute. However, Mavic does have, and I'll link to this, this is the Mini, and the Mini's small. The Mini's tiny. And the reason why they designed this is because when you fly a drone, you have to register yourself as a pilot through the FHA, and they get a number, and then you have to write your number on the side of a drone. Well, that only applies to a certain weight limit. At some point, the lighter and lighter you go, they classify it as a toy. Well, DJI got smart, and without the battery, this thing is, I forget how many grams it is, but it classifies as a toy even though it's a real drone. So you don't have to register, you don't have to do anything. You still have to abide by all the laws, flight restrictions, airport zones, all that kind of stuff, but you don't have to go through the registration process. So here's what I did. I actually ordered this one for you guys, more so, just so I could test it and play with it. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it along with this one here. This guy. Now, on the Mavics, of course, you know, the legs all fold up. Everything gets small on it. And it stows away, and that's one thing that people love about this. So you can put this whole thing, 3 batteries, your controller, everything inside of a little bag, and you're off on your beach trip or wherever you're going, not have to worry about it. That's what the most important thing when I started off on this is why I went with this unit, is because of portability. When I had my Phantom, I had to buy an milk crate and put it in a milk crate, and it was just a nightmare to try and transport it. Let me just roll through a couple of the main features and why this one is such a nice unit for, if you want a nice drone, then step up and buy this one. This one's going to cost you, a total flight package is about $2 grand. This one is about $499. That's the Fly More package. This one, I think, let me just tell you about this one. This one is good for someone that wants to buy a first drone, learn how to fly a drone, and wants to say, okay, a couple times a month I want to get up and take some pictures, I want to shoot some video, I want to have some fun with it. This is not a bad drone for $499, including, that's the Fly More package with 3 batteries, all the accessories, everything you need. You just need a phone, and you stick your phone in here, and your phone screen becomes your controller. Now, I even did something stupid. I even went and grabbed out of my drawer, I grabbed an iPhone 5. Had an old iPhone 5. I said, let me try this. So I plugged an iPhone 5 in here. And while it doesn't really fit, you can see how small it is, it really doesn't fit too well in here, it'll still work. So I actually use an iPhone 5. So iPhone 5 and above, this thing will work with it. Because not everyone has a brand new phone. This thing right here, it doesn't have any sensors around it. So as an example, this one has front sensors, side sensors, back sensors, top sensors, rear sensors. So when it senses something, it actually can sort of fly around it. This is a highly intelligent, this is a fighter jet. This is a highly intelligent aircraft. I've seen people just go towards power lines and the drone actually fly through power lines. That's how smart this thing is. Still, all drones crash. Image quality wise, this is a full 4K shot. Beautiful quality on the video. I forget the megapixels, I don't know if it's 12 or whatever it is as far as photography. Absolutely stunning stuff. I fly this stuff, this type unit, my old unit, up in the mountains, gorgeous footage. So I thought that this would be kind of crappy, but I gotta tell you, I'm gonna put up a piece of footage of this thing in the backyard, out of the box, no adjustments, no resolution change, nothing. And what I'm shooting here is I'm shooting 1920 by 1080, and I'm shooting it at 60 frames per second with no aperture adjustment. I just let the drone do its thing. So this is kind of set to automatic, and I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed with this thing. You can even go above the HD. I think it's what, the 2700. You can go higher than HD with this thing as far as video goes. So I'm actually kind of impressed with this little unit. It shocked me how good of quality the video was. Next, let's talk about the wind. Drones don't like wind, but this thing is pretty heavy, and this thing will fight a wind and has a lot of power. So on a day where you've got moderate breezes, you're not even really gonna notice the breezes. This thing, if you were to take it up high, is going to have a little bit trouble with the breezes because it's so light and so small. If you were to ever get into a thunderstorm or something, you'd probably have to go chase this thing down and find it because it's going to be blown away. That's high winds. This thing cannot deal with high winds. It can deal with light breezes, no problem. I've flown it all around. The main thing I think is this is kind of a good starter package. For 500 bucks, all your extra batteries, full case. The case that this one goes into looks like this. It comes with everything you need, of course, except for your phone. Comes with all your connections, comes with extra blades. I think that's a great starter drone. Here's the thing. You can start with this and use this for a year and then give it to someone. Give it to a friend, give it to a kid, whatever, or keep it as a backup. And that's what I'm doing with this one. I decided to keep this as a backup. If this thing ever crashes and I need to get it replaced, I can go ahead and do this. Now, DJI got smart. DJI came out with a care package, a care warranty. I strongly recommend, again, in the link below, I'm going to put a link to this Flymore packages, these two Flymore packages, and to the care warranties. The care warranty costs you about 140 bucks, but here's the beauty of it. For the first 12 months, if you crash this thing, they'll replace it up to 2 times. So they're going to replace it. It's like new model, maybe a little bit refurbished, but like new condition. I think the first replacement will cost you like 90 bucks, and the second time you replace it, it's like 150 bucks. That's worth it. So if you're worried about crashing a heavy investment, get the care package. Get the care warranty. Again, I'm going to link to that. I have been flying drones for over 6 years. I've done them a lot. I've flown them in all kinds of environments. I've almost lost one in a thunderstorm. Get the care package. I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal idea that they came out with. So this one also comes with your little controller, and you have to just hook up your phone. This one also comes with your controller. I happen to use an iPad 4. It's a big, bold screen, and I don't have to mess with my phone. What I found is that, you got it up, you're flying around, and you're worried about text messages and phone call. I just went ahead and bought the cheapest iPad 4 I could get with no internet. So I just have no internet connection on this. No Wi-Fi, no cell service on this one. Just a straight iPad 4, and you can pick these things up cheap too. But I think it's worth the money if you're going to seriously fly and shoot some video. Now this thing, again, like I said, sensors all the way around it, front, bottom, side, top, rear. So it's going to tell you, it's going to beep at you. Tracking systems. This one has some features where it'll fly around and sort of track you and do some things and do a little bit of that tracking stuff. This thing will track no matter what. You can track objects, you can track people, you can go profile. This thing has so many different tracking functions in it. It's incredible. The other nice thing about this, if you have the courage, is it'll automatically, because of all the sensors, while it's tracking you, it'll automatically fly around obstacles while it's tracking you. That's why I think it's worth it. So budget's going to come into this. And I think, to be honest, this is not a bad starter one. Like I said, it's really small, tiny, feels like a toy, but hey, if you wanted to take it on vacation with you, where's the bag? The entire drone and 3 batteries and everything fits into this bag. Take it with you, and you could go out and shoot yourself while you're on vacation, do whatever. If you're going fishing, you want to shoot some fishing videos with you, you could do that. Just understand, the only downfall of this, of course, is that there's no sensors. So you really don't have any sensors to guide you in case you run into an obstacle, so you have to take your time with it. And the other thing is I would say moderate winds. This thing starts to have a little bit of fight in it because, of course, it's lower horsepower and it's lighter weight. So you can't use this in any kind of windy, high wind conditions. This one will fight actually high wind conditions. I've had real good success. It's just heavy. It's a beast. I just love this thing. Again, I think one of the most important accessories is going to be these right here, because if you go to land in grass, these things sit. See how low this thing sits? It sits real low. So if you have any grass, if there's a stick, when it comes down, it's going to hit it. I really think you should, for both of these, get these little leg extensions if you can. Now this one, I've never put the leg extensions on. You can just set this on your bag. You can actually just set this thing right on your bag, just like this, and use that as a takeoff point. So you can do that too. Hey guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fly the DJI Mini, and I'll fly the other one as well too. And it's actually probably a pretty good day for it, simply because there's a little bit of a breeze out here and be able to see how it performs. I turned on my unit. It's a click and a hold. Here, same thing, click and a hold. Just open up your phone, click the DJI Fly app. When you're using the other one, it's the DJI 4 app. Confirm. So what'll come up is, I don't know if you can see that or not. It comes up and you can see the actual camera view. Then there's a little icon here that says takeoff. Touch takeoff and you hold that. And the drone will go up to about 1.5 meters at that point. So now you always want the camera facing away from you, because that's the way the controls work. So I'm going to actually make it away from me. It's easier to think that way. It's a good way to crash. So there's the DJI Mini. So real good control with this thing. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and record, and I'll start recording, make sure I'm in video mode. All right, so now I'm recording, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fly around a little bit. And you can see, and you might be able to see, that the drone is feeling that wind a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point down here and just show you guys some of the basic footage. And I'm going to turn the way the drone is facing. This is kind of important. I turn the way the drone is facing so I can get a good view or get a good feel. So my joysticks are now coordinated with the video screen. So I can go forward. I can roll the camera down a little bit. Let's roll the camera down. Going forward, I can pan left. I can pan right. Pretty simple. Good quality video. Let's go ahead and let's land it. And this is always scary without the leg extensions for me. So I usually take it over to cement to land it. But let's try and land it in the grass. Let's see if we can mess it up. All right, so I'm gonna stop on the video. Let's keep the video rolling. All right, I'm gonna come down with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push, I'm going to bring it all the way down as low as it'll go. And then there's a land button, so I'm going to push land. Landing. Okay. And it landed okay. Now, of course, my grass is really short. So let me grab the other one. Let's fire up the other one. All right, so same thing on my controller. It's one click and hold. It's gonna say connecting. I'm gonna go turn on my drone. I'm gonna open up and I will probably automatically go into camera mode here. Later, remind me later. Okay. But this bigger screen just gives me such a nice feel on this thing. So what I'm gonna do is, I think, now I have a polarized filter on this as well. So up on here, what it's going to say is it's going to say ready to go vision, and you wait, and it's calculating the GPS to get all the coordinates, and it's going to update the home location. Ready to go GPS.
Point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
The home point has been updated. So if you ever need to, you can press the home. If you lose your drone somewhere, you can press home and it'll refly and it'll come back home. So I'm going to start recording right now. I'm going to start recording before takeoff. Now on this one, it's a little bit different. You pull your joysticks down and in, and the drone will actually start up. This thing's a beast. So I'm going to try and get it to come into us here. Right into us. All right, so you see how it stopped? It stopped just like that, and this thing is now beeping because there's an obstacle. There's an obstacle in its way, and that's the obstacle avoidance. And it does it in the front, does it on the sides, and does it on the rear. It really does a good job at it. So let's just go up. Let's do the same thing with this one. Let's just fly it away from us for a minute. Now let's fly it back to us where it won't crash. I didn't do that really. That was doing it on its own. And it's gonna just flare out and stop on me. Let's take it up now. And let's get some, let's basically get the same footage we got before with the other one. And there's the same footage we got with the other one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do sort of the same thing. I'm gonna roll it in slow, and I'm gonna come down at the same time. So you can see I've got a polarized filter on it, which makes a big difference on this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring it in. I'm just going to land it. And again, as long as I don't land on my case, all you do is just hold your stick down and just keep holding it down. It's going to land. And again, because I have those leg extensions on there, I'm not worried about it landing anywhere. So, fighter jet versus kind of a little biplane, lightweight thing. Both of them are good, but my top pick recommendation definitely is the DJI Tube Pro. I'm going to link to it, and I'll link to the Fly More package. And you do want to get the care warranty, which gives you 2 free drones if you crash it. And I say free because it's a small charge. It's $90 the first time, $140 the second time or something. Pretty decent deal. Again, both of them use the small little SD cards. Just take an SD card out, put it in your adapter, take it over your computer, bring it up. You can set the format that you want. I'll be honest with you, I never shoot in 4K. The only time I shoot in 4K is if I'm doing any kind of like cinematic videography on like a mountain range, huge expanses. Then I might shoot 4K. 4K editing is just such a pain in the butt. Even my brother-in-law, who's a professional video editor, he's gotten to the point that he doesn't shoot a lot of 4K anymore. He's basically shooting 1920 60i, 60p, because the quality is so good, and especially if you're working with YouTube, you know what? 87% of YouTube videos are viewed on someone's phone. Can you believe that? 87%. And the image quality on a phone, For the most part, you're not going to be able to tell. The human eye is not going to tell the difference between a 4K versus a 1920 video. It's just not worth it. Like you're looking at this video, I'm shooting this video in 1920, and it's nice and clear and crisp. So, hey guys, so I hope that video helped. Like I said, I didn't want to do an unboxing video and try and explain all the features. There's so many good videos and so many smart people when it comes to drone online, but I thought it was important to come at this from an actual user standpoint. Anyways, I'll link everything below. Hope this helped a little bit. Talk to you later. Dot.